What's going on, guys? Mike Provost here again with Nick and my dog Diesel. Can't see him, but he's in the back also. Today we're doing a Q&A. Whether you're in bodybuilding or you're just trying to get some information just to lose weight or gain weight, or any questions regarding going to the gym and stuff like that, we just came up with a list of certain questions that commonly get asked. Also, some stuff will be about supplements, like pre-workout and things like that. So that's what this video is about. I'm probably just going to put it up raw, so don't mind all the mistakes and everything we make. But yeah, so do you want me to start with the first one, or do you want to say something?
I'll just say, like, the biggest thing I've found in my 10 years of fitness is just always keep learning and don't be like such a skeptic of anything. You know, like, definitely do look up the people that came up with the program, you know, see what they're doing, you know, see where their certifications are, where they're coming from, and in anything you just have to put in the work.
Yeah, so basically what Nick's saying in short term is just don't always believe what you see on the internet, because that's something that you and me deal with when people come into the store all the time is, oh, well, I saw it on Instagram, or oh, I saw it on Facebook and it worked for so-and-so and they're famous. Well, I mean, yeah, they're famous, so they probably just got paid a bunch of money to make that product look good. I mean, we definitely hear that all the time.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just sticking to the basics, you know, like bench press, bent over row, overhead press, deadlift, squat, and then adding in dumbbells and machines, and then, you know, just everything else you're learning from then on as you go, and everything's just practicing it until you're getting better.
So do you think it's better to use free weights or machines if you're a beginner?
I would say both.
Both?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Focus definitely more on the free weights if possible, but they're both going to increase strength over time.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, like, I guess I would say both, but the reason I would say both is because as a beginner, a lot of people haven't developed the ability to hold free weights. So by breaking them in and using the machines, it starts to develop them to use the movements that they'll require for free weights. Like if they use the Smith machine bench press, they have the assistance and they have a built-in spotter because they can re-rack it by putting it back. But as you guys have probably seen, not a lot of professional athletes use the Smith machine for bench pressing because they've developed the ability to balance that weight, and it's actually better on your body without using the Smith machine for like bench press and certain movements. But to get down the actual movement itself, I don't think it's a bad thing to use this Smith machine basically as the training wheels.
Yeah, as you're building up the muscle mass.
Yeah,
overall.
yeah, yep. Okay, so here's another one. What do you think? Do you think it's better to use barbells or dumbbells for workouts? Like, again, I guess we'll talk about the bench press.
Again, it's going to be both, because you're definitely going to be able to go heavier on bench press, but you're going to definitely build up a single, you know, arm strength and stability more from the dumbbells, being that they're more isolated now.
Yeah, because that's something that I do find is, for myself, I think I gain more strength when I do the barbell, or not the barbell, the dumbbells. Hold on, I got security next to me. How's it going? We're using this light right now to film a video about fitness. Okay, yeah, that's all we're doing. We can leave if we're a problem, but all right, man. Thank you.
Well, sorry about that.
Yeah, that was actually cool. He said that it's fine because we're in a parking garage right now because we didn't have anywhere else that we could really go. We didn't feel like sitting down at a restaurant and eating and film a video, so we came to a parking garage, which I'll show you real quick. I mean, we're just sitting under the light so that, you know, you can actually see our face as we're trying to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. But
we were just gonna go back to home or whatever, but people were there, so I figured it'd be easier to just do it on the fly.
yeah. So yeah, I was talking about like dumbbells and the barbells and machines and stuff like that. Now, what else is something? Oh, well, so let's go into talking about like diets and stuff. If a guy, not a girl, if a guy asks you what can he do to gain weight, but he's a beginner, what would you personally say? And he's a beginner.
I would say, depending on how quickly he wanted to gain the weight, or how quick he wants to progress and everything, that's going to determine how much on the calories and especially the carbohydrates that I'd recommend. And the two biggest factors that I would recommend is staging carbs before or after your workout. So obviously, if you want to see quicker progress, probably staging the carbs before and after is going to be helpful for people, especially if they're hard gainers. But I'd say for people that maybe they feel like they are a little bit overweight, but they still want to put on the mass, I would say putting the carbs in after and then not before. Okay. I would definitely tell them to keep their carbs a lot stricter than somebody who's, a hard gainer.
See, I would tell a guy that wants to gain weight is I wouldn't even tell him to worry about their macros for now. But that's just kind of how I did it. Was I saw the whole thing of you got to eat 6 times a day. So I would probably tell someone, start with eating 4 times a day, and once you get used to that, up it to 5 times a day. And if you haven't reached the size you want to without being too fat, then increase it to 6 meals. But if you start getting too fat, keep it at 5 meals and then like throw in cardio or something like that. Because I think macros, and I know that's probably like some people will argue with that, but I think macros are obviously important, but like only when you get so far, like
as a beginner.
As
a beginner, your metabolism might not be super high, or you haven't put on the extra muscle mass to need all the extra calories right away until you have the muscle mass on.
Yeah, so, that's true.
I would say as a beginner, the biggest thing I would always preach is protein.
Yeah.
Getting in the right amount of protein each day. I don't care what it is, 60 grams, 90 grams, 100 grams, 200 grams. Just finding that number and then sticking with it and then upping it as necessary.
Yeah, just making sure that every meal they're getting in protein so they at least are developing the discipline to constantly have the protein.
Sure. Yeah, instead of forgetting it all the time and then wondering why they're sore and weak. Yeah, I know a lot of people that think they just got to eat food to get stronger. And for some people, it definitely is just food. It doesn't matter. Their body seems to synthesize protein from lower amounts or rebuild muscle without getting a giant amount of protein. But I noticed I always had to have higher numbers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's just because the extra BCAAs are keeping the body more anabolic or what it is, but...
And then... what else? Okay, do you think there's a huge difference from a guy to a girl in the girls that do want to gain weight?
Yeah, I would say definitely calorie-wise for sure. I would definitely keep a woman's macros or calories way smaller than a guy's for sure.
Yeah, definitely their protein intake isn't going to have to be as high as a guy's for sure. Carbohydrates could actually be pretty close in a guy and a girl because carbohydrates aren't really a necessary macro in general. But their protein I would definitely put lower. Actually, well, I guess to make it easy, just say the, 0.8 per pound or 1 gram of protein per pound of weight.
Yeah.
So either 0.8 per pound of weight or 1 gram of protein per pound of weight for for a guy and a girl, I guess.
Oh, one thing that we didn't hit on with lifting, I would say the best split for a beginner would be a whole body 3 times a week.
Oh,
or
yeah.
if they wanted to work out every day, upper, lower, light, and heavy. So they can work out more days a week. They just have to learn when to place their heavy days as far as like maybe towards the weekend where they'll have more time to recover, you know, going into work or whatever the situation is that they don't want to be as sore.
Now, if they do the whole body thing, how many rest days a week should they take, and how many between each workout should they take?
They could do like 1 to 2 days between each, you know.
Yeah, that's what I would.
Body routines.
If they were doing the whole body, I'd probably say workout Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then take off the days in between, and then take the weekend off or something.
Yeah, and then, you know, they could try to do their heaviest lifts on the Friday.
Yeah.
So they'd be taking the 2 days of the weekend to recover from putting in more volume.
All right. What type of supplements should they be taking if they're a beginner?
Okay.
And it's a guy. We're gonna go with the guy again, and then we'll swap it to the girl for gaining weight, and then at the end we'll swap it to losing weight.
Right away, the first thing I'd throw in would be a multivitamin with extra the calcium, magnesium in it for recovery.
Yeah.
And I would say, and this is something I haven't talked about for a while, a fish oil or a flaxseed oil can be very beneficial, I think. Joint health and everything.
Yeah.
Hormone health. And then as far as like creatine, I would say it's up to the person, really. Like some people like using it, some people don't like using it. I think it's a great supplement. It's worked great for me. Is it going to really up your gains? I don't know. You'll feel stronger. You'll probably want to go to the gym more. You know, like there's definitely benefits to it beyond just the initial weight gain from it. But is it going to increase your overall 1 month to 3 month, 6 month, you know, weight gain? It's negligible. You know what I mean? But it's nice to have it, I feel, if you like it.
So if I were to be asked what a guy should take that's trying to put on size and he's a beginner, I would actually say it a little different than you. I would say a weight gainer, creatine, a multivitamin, and probably a pre-workout. The weight gainer, obviously, for the extra calories because they're going to be burning more by working out. The creatine, because it does add strength by adding water density into your muscles. The multivitamin is self-explanatory. And then the pre-workout, because, I mean, it's going to give them that explosive energy and drive to want to go to the gym every day.
Well, the one reason I wouldn't recommend the weight gainer to, like, a straight beginner is because I feel like they need to learn how to work out first before they can really put on the mass, you know, like learning the movements, getting the initial strength down, and then after maybe that 1 to 3 month period, then I would say, hey, put your invest in a weight gainer. Yeah. And again, it all depends on metabolism, body type, different things. And then I would preach protein, like to the point where that if you're getting in enough protein and you have enough good calories in your diet, you may not need the weight gainer right away. That is something I'm always telling people whenever they want to start working out. Like, if you can tailor your diet well enough, then the supplements are an added benefit and bonus. And definitely I found the calcium, magnesium, zinc, and stuff like that, the minerals, adding those into your diet's definitely helpful for recovery. Yeah,
definitely the getting the discipline down of eating actual food is definitely something that every beginner should get, because that took me years. I mean, I don't miss meals now, but it definitely took me a long time to get used to that. And that's when I actually started noticing, like, oh, okay, now I'm definitely growing. Okay, so what about a female that may want to put on a little extra muscle mass?
I would, the same things with vitamins and minerals and the protein. Maybe not a creatine, maybe not a weight gainer, but definitely like at least the minerals and vitamins that the body's going to need.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably skip the creatine. Ugh. But I guess I still don't see something wrong with taking the weight gainer. But I would have them cut the serving in half.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I would say creatine's fine for women too. It just, everyone's kind of got their own biases and opinions. I always tell people, take it as necessary or as you feel you need, and as with anything, you have to experiment and try things to see how they work for you.
Yeah, but see, the thing with the creatine in the woman, and this is what I thought of as to why I said no, was because women already get bloated from their menstrual cycles anyways, and the creatine can cause bloat from holding water. So they may be carrying too much water in their stomach
already.
And it may
yeah, I'm not sure. I would think most women generally stay away from it, but I would think if any want to use it, I wouldn't say it's an all-around negative. I would say that for certain women it could definitely work fine, but everyone just got to try it out and see how it works for them.
Okay, so do you think that a beginner, guy or girl, should invest in a trainer right away?
If they can do some research online and make sure that their trainer is giving them similar information to what they've already researched, doing enough research online to kind of understand what good splits are and understand what's safe. And it just can be difficult because I think trainers are on another level and it's hard for them to remember what it was like to be a beginner, and maybe they rush through being a beginner. Because one of the biggest things I think most people that don't get results from trainers right away or even get injured or hurt, the problem is that it's easier to just keep pushing through and wanting to get results and telling this person, oh, it's hurting too much or this or that. And the trainers a lot of times are just trying to get people the quickest results. So nothing against any trainers. I just think that that it's definitely good to do your research and make sure you feel comfortable with whoever's training you for sure.
Yeah, that's actually a hard question to answer because it could go it could go either way, because you could say yes, give them a trainer so that they don't injure themselves and they get the experience quicker and safer, but on the opposite end, they could actually end up hurting themselves because the trainer is so used to training people, from all different levels of experience that maybe they overlook, oh, this person is a legit 100% just started the gym, and may push them past their limit, which could cause an injury, and with lack of understanding about how nutrition works, that person may not recover well enough from the workout that the trainer put them through.
Well, in disclaimer, this is nothing against trainers. This is mainly the problem in training, that you are trying to give people the best optimal results, and so then unfortunately in that search to keep clients happy, I think that it drives trainers and organizations into pushing their trainers into kind of giving off a certain air that they're, gotta push harder instead of like, hey, let's learn these movements first. Even though I know a lot of trainers do technically
Alright guys, so the video got cut for some reason. We have plenty of battery, and then there's plenty of memory left on the memory card, but we're just gonna cut the video for here for this one. So if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to have answered, just put it down in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Thank you.
See how long that